Here are 4 fundamental movements that your shoulders should be capable of doing if you're training BJJ, mixed martial arts, or really any type of combat sport. My name's Dr. Rob Flanagan. I'm a chiropractor here to educate and empower you to own your health so you can do what you love. Today we're looking at 4 fundamental capabilities that people commonly struggle with that your shoulder should have. Each test here is an exercise, so anything you find you're struggling with, you can just practice in those positions, start easier, and work your way up to more difficult levels. We've all seen someone breathing hard after a bout of exercise, the shoulders rise and fall. At rest though, however, the movement should occur in your abdominal wall, the front and the sides, and into your back. You should breathe down low there, meaning that you're using your diaphragm to do the bulk of the work, not your neck and your shoulder muscles. If you're using those all day long, it's going to lead to chronic tightness. Here you can see a big chest breath that I'm doing. My stomach's being sucked in. I'm not using my diaphragm as much. I'm using those neck and shoulder muscles to lift up the whole rib cage. Here we see a 3D model that shows your diaphragm. That's this dome-shaped muscle here. You can see it from below and then from the side. Your lungs are up here in your rib cage. Your abdominal organs are down here. That's your lumbar spine, your low back. Here's your abdominal muscles in the front of your stomach. When you're breathing, this muscle drops down. It brings in air to your lungs, and it pressurizes and pushes outward in your abdominal cavity. Your neck and shoulder muscles can help out during intense exercise with breathing. But if your neck and shoulders are chronically tight, practice abdominal breathing, first laying down, then seated, then during exercise to help have a better aerobic engine and have more mobile shoulders. You should have control of your scapula or your shoulder blade and where that is in space. Here you can see me moving it forwards, backwards, up and down. Depending on what technique you're doing in Jiu Jitsu, you may have your shoulders up and forward if you're guarding against a choke, turtling to help protect your neck, or shoulders down and back if you're finishing a choke, trying to get a submission on someone. This also helps reduce some of that tightness tension and just is a requirement for the finer points of techniques. Along the same lines is scapular stability, how you engage your shoulder girdle muscles to help glue down your shoulder blade so you're not winging, or in this case, lift up your rib cage to the shoulder blade. This is why tummy time is important when you're a baby. It helps develop these muscles so that your shoulder blade doesn't pop out. This is important because it's the foundation for generating force with your arm. There's a saying in the rehab world that you can't fire a cannon off of a canoe. If that shoulder blade's glued down, you can generate force. This is important for things as simple as framing. So if you're on bottom and someone has you in side control, you can maintain space effectively. Internal rotation of your glenohumeral joint or the shoulder joint itself is also vitally important. This is a good indicator that you have proper capsule function. Capsule is the saran wrap around the joint itself. It's a thick connective tissue sac. This is something you can simply test on your own here. You can see here that my shoulder goes about so far, and then my shoulder blade dumps. You want the shoulder blade to stay still, rotate as far as you can the shoulder. Doing this from a flexed or forward position with your elbow is important too. Internal rotation is needed for techniques like a Kimura or doing a rear naked choke, and it makes you resistant to shoulder locks as well. Today we looked at 4 fundamental capabilities that your shoulder should have. Each test here is also an exercise. Anything that you struggle with, you can practice in that position to get better at. Again, these lay the foundation for being able to do the techniques that you need to be successful at Jiu Jitsu, or just some of the basic movements and defensive positions. Pick one that you struggle with, practice that over the next couple of weeks, start in an easier position, and as you get more comfortable, gradually add more load, more duration, more intensity.